Coming up on MHS1.
A new community garden puts roots down in our city.
We take a walk through our school's history.
New assistant principal Mr. Kwa gets the spotlight.
And more.
And it's all coming up on MHS1.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, McKinney High School.
Good morning, McKinney High School. Today is Friday, November 4th. I'm Haley Hester.
And I'm Champ Presley, and you're watching MHS1. Many seniors have turned 18 and have gained the right to vote. Like you, right, Haley?
You bet, Champ. With November 8th approaching, Jordan Sexton and Micah Benatar bring us the story on what voting means to young people, and one girl who's made it her mission to get others involved.
Voting is a fundamental component of our nation's government, involving people voting to decide who's going to lead the nation at the federal, local, and state levels, though only adults 18 and older are allowed to participate, which leave many 17-year-olds or high school seniors in a tough transitional period where they aren't familiar about the process and typically decide not to participate. Well, at McKinney High School, that isn't the case. About a month ago, senior Veronica Askew initiated a voter registration drive that promoted eligible seniors to vote. But what was the motivation behind this drive?
I knew I wanted to vote, and I read a site, and a lot of people like ages 18 to 26, they don't vote, especially the chances of not voting go up if you don't get registered to vote when you're 18 because you go to college, you're busy starting your life on your own. So I thought it would be important to try and talk to seniors and catch them early so that they have the habit of voting now and they know what it's like and they're already registered for the future.
Though Veronica isn't the only student passionate about voting.
Both of us are very socially aware, and we have a lot of conversations about topics that we care about and social issues that we care about. And we got to the topic of voting one day, and she's like, "Oh, I'm starting this drive." And I was like, "Oh, I definitely want to help you with that when you get started, because I care about voting too."
When you vote, you can make change, and I know that a lot of people don't think that their vote really matters a lot, but even if you don't think it's going to be that big of an impact, just know that one vote can take somebody from getting all the electoral votes to getting none at all.
I want to study political science in college, and so while doing this does look good on my college application, I definitely think that it's more about proving that my interest isn't surface level, but it's actually rooted in a desire to create change.
The midterm elections started this past week with early voting, allowing the students they've impacted to finally reach the polls.
I personally am going to vote on November 8th, which is election day, because I just want the full experience,
Yes, I had registered to vote, and I plan to vote today after school, actually.
So I wasn't able to register this year, but I'll be sure to register and vote for the 2024 election.
And seniors like Nathan, who've missed the drive, are in luck, as it will make a return next semester.
We are doing another one in April, so I would say definitely come talk to us there, and we can tell you about how to get registered to vote, even if there isn't an election next year. And you can be ready for the presidential. I know that it may not seem like a big deal to vote, and it's just whatever, but at least do it, because maybe it won't impact you, but it'll impact people or just do it for fun because you can.
This goes to show the fervor MHS students have towards being active participants in their community. And this foretells even a future where MHS students are having an impact both nationally and potentially even globally. If you'd like to learn more about the voting process or this year's candidates, please visit the County Clerk's website. This has been Jordan Sexton and Micah Benatar reporting for MHS1.
Now let's head over to Mallory Anderson with our sports.
Here's your MHS1 sports update. Last week, football played their last home game against Stanton Geyer, losing 42-21. They played their last district game against Prosper last night. McKinney boys golf played in the Geyer Invitational on Monday, but unfortunately did not place. However, the girls played in the Prowl Fall Preview, placing second. On Monday, after a UIL ruling, Duncanville was stripped of their 6A 2022 state championship title. Therefore, McKinney High men's basketball varsity team is now the 2022 6A state champions.
With basketball coming up, we talked to Coach Watson and Jackson Seal to get insight on what the season will look like.
Well, we've been going at it since school started during the athletic period. Mainly just doing a lot of skill work, kind of base offensive stuff and base defensive stuff. We've also played in 3 different shootouts, events that we can't coach the kids in, but we've had a chance to go out and watch them and evaluate a little bit. So we played 6 really good teams. We won 5 of the 6 games, and we feel pretty good about where we are right now. Our first scrimmage is November the 5th. That's a Saturday, and it's down in Duncanville. And then we're going to scrimmage again on Monday night, November the 7th. Our first actual game is November the 11th. That's a Friday. We're playing down at Garland Lakeview Centennial. Our expectation is to get in the playoffs and make a run.
A new varsity athlete gives a student perspective on the team.
Well, for me, this is a new school, new team. I'm really excited about the coaching and the game plan that we've started to work on already, and then just being with this new group of guys, we really bond and play well together, so I'm excited to see how we do in the season. The team dynamic, it works really well with some of our guards and then newer players coming up from JV, which might, to some people, cause some worries, but just the way we gelled in practice and played in our preseason tournaments, it's looked really exciting for us.
The women's basketball team has already started after-school practice and start their season on the 8th of November. Make sure to go out and support our basketball program. This has been Claire Toole, Tyler Killian, and Eve Alvarado reporting for MHS1.
That's all for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Mallory. This school year, McKinney High School welcomed 2 new assistant principals, one of which is Mr. Qua, and it's time to get to know him a little bit better. Braxton Anders and Adriana Schrock bring us the story.
Mr. Qua,
what's up?
How you doing today?
Great, how are you?
Awesome. I got some questions for you.
Sure.
So how'd you start your day today?
I woke up and here I am.
What are you doing for the rest of the day?
I'm going to go to the dentist today.
Nice. So we heard you're moving. How's that all going?
Still packing.
What are you looking forward to in your new house?
Windows.
What's your favorite object in your house?
My mini ceramic toilet.
Do you have any weird objects in your house that no one else would have?
Life-size Mona Lisa painting in the bathroom.
What makes a home a home?
Ooh, a nice comfy couch.
Nice. Has anyone in your family impacted your career?
Yes, my parents.
How long have you been in education?
This is my 17th year.
Where have you taught before?
In Garland, Garland, Frisco, and now Lincoln.
What have you taught before?
Math.
Math. What made you choose McKinney High?
Great opportunity to work with Spalding, and just here I am.
Nice. Have you enjoyed your year here so far?
I have. Love it here.
If you could have dinner with anyone at McKinney High, who would it be?
Any graduate from the 60s.
What's one thing you love about being an assistant principal?
Conversations with students.
What's one thing that makes being an AP frustrating?
Helping students make better choices.
What's your main job as an AP?
To make sure that things run and to make sure that Ms. Spalding was good as a principal.
What house office are you in?
House Pride, C227.
If you weren't an AP, what career path would you be in?
I would totally work at the White House.
And then how do you end your day?
Takeout and the office reruns.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Our 3D art program stems off of our Art 1 program, so you have to take Art 1 first, that's the prerequisite, and then you get teacher approval to come into the Art 2 3D class. And I have 3 levels at this point: Art 2 3D, Art 3 3D, and Art 4 3D. And then there's AP, and AP is a totally separate thing, but those are all in the sculpture heading there. We do a lot of different processes. We start off kind of simple with simple materials like cardstock and paper. We move on to cardboard. We do a lot of wire processes. We do some paper mache processes. We do what's called a Sculpey process, which is a kind of like a modeling clay, and it's not as difficult as the regular clay, and we spend a lot of time doing ceramics. We have a big wheel throwing department. We also do a lot of hand building, and and right now the department's really full. Got a lot of students.
To find out more about the art courses offered, contact your counselor or art teacher.
Let's head over to Aiden Lewis, bringing you Fine Arts in the Field.
Thanks, Haley. This is Fine Arts in the Field. On Saturday, October 29th, the Royal Pride Band competed in the UIL 6A Area C contest and finished 18th out of 31 bands in the area. Congratulations to the band for all their hard work this season. Upcoming, the Drumline will be competing in the Louisville Drumline competition, and on Saturday, November 12th, the Drumline will be competing in the Lone Star Drumline contest. That's all for today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Aiden. You know, Champ, we've got tons of extracurricular programs here at MHS, but I can't even imagine what they're like when school's not in session.
Well, Haley, lucky for us, we don't have to imagine because MHS Cribs is back, but with a twist. FFA member Isla Alberts invites us in for a closer look at the barn with Brooke Muller and Morgan Wasserman.
Hi guys, I'm Isla Alberts. This is the McKinney Ag Barn. Welcome to our crib. So this is our pig barn. We have all of our pigs in these pens and our pigs wash racks over here. This is where we weigh pigs and lambs. This is a treadmill for our lambs to build muscle. This is where we keep some of our goats and lambs. When it gets colder out, we'll add more pens and the rest of our goats and lambs will be in this barn. Here are some of our lambs and goats. This is my lamb, Zach, and my other lamb, Cody. Right here is some of their feed. They get blankets when it gets colder out, and their feed is in there and their hay is in here. Here's the pasture for our cows. They go out there sometimes throughout the whole night just to graze on some grass. So this is the rest of our cows all down this aisle. This is a typical tack pen, so it'll have hay, different supplements, feed, anything that our cows may need, and all of their tack for shows. This is one of our wash racks, mainly for cattle, as you can see by the bars in there, so that the cattle stand in the middle of the bars. These are our stands for our lambs. We blow them off, we shear them, and we work with their legs over here. This is almost the exact same thing, but it doesn't have a bottom. Their heads go in here, and the chain wraps around their neck so they stay still. This one is a tie-up for our cattle where we blow them off and work their hair. This has been McKinney Ag Barn. Thanks for coming to my crib.
That's all we have for you today, Lions. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Mainstream News and on Instagram at MHS Mainstream.
And don't forget to follow our TikTok account at MHS Mainstream. And remember, if it's news
and it's at McKinney High School, it's MHS1.